Audible? Hello. Okay. It's audible now and you can't see the screen. You can see the screen.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Okay, this is visible to you now. Okay. So I had recorded the lecture. अभी हमने 20 minutes जो भी पढ़ा but the recording just hanged out. We won't recorded the lecture. Again, I have to start the recording. Okay. So now I will convert h of z into h of n. So what is the inverse z transform of 1? It is del of n. It is del of n. Clear? Then what is the inverse z transform of this? 1.8 z inverse किसका z transform होगा? It will be the z transform of the shifted impulse. So minus 1.8 del n minus 1. Then I am having 0.28 z to the power minus 2. So I will get minus 0.28 del n minus 2. Then for this I will get del n minus 3. So this is my impulse response h of n. So how I will write h of n? By adding all these terms I will get h of n. Impulse response and the first four samples. We have to find the first four samples. So these are the first four samples of the h of n equation. H of n आ गया मेरा, इन सबको मैं ऐड करूंगी तो मुझे h of n मिल जाएगा. Okay. Then I will plot this on the graph. How I will plot? X axis I will mark all the n's, independent variable 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here for this equation, for this numerical, I have to plot only 4. Okay, so n is equal to 0, I am having 1. At n is equal to 1, I am having minus 1.8. Minus 1.8 I have marked. Then at n is equal to 2, I am having minus 0.28. So this is my minus 0.28 signal. Clear? At n is equal to 3, I am having minus 0.24 signal. So this is my minus 0.24 signal. Is it clear? The impulse response, I can plot the impulse response at any time if I am having h of n equation. Okay, and from h of z also it is possible to draw this graph. It is not that difficult. Z h of z you can directly plot from this remainder of this quotient of the equation of division. Clear? Should I move ahead? Okay. So it's clear. You can plot pole zero plot of any equation. For to plot pole zero plot, we have to factorize the numerator and denominator term. You can find out the stability criteria. You can find out the impulse response of the equation. And always to if h of z is given, you have to find h of n, then you have to apply inverse z transform formula. There are three ways to find inverse z transform. You can apply any one of them and practice it very thoroughly. Now next example, consider the system described by the following difference equation. This difference equation is given to you. Y of n is equal to x of n plus 0.5 by n minus 1. Find the transfer function. So please start simplifying, students. Find the transfer function. What do you mean by transfer function? पता है सबको, तो फाइंड करो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन फटाफट. कर लिया फाइंड आउट? So what is h of n? What is ट्रांसफर फंक्शन? क्या होता है ट्रांसफर फंक्शन? No one can tell. It is h of z. h of z कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? By first finding out the z transform this equation. क्या आ रहा है z transform? What is the answer? Please tell me the answer. Do it fast. It's very easy. Nikhil, you don't attend classes regularly? Why you miss so many classes? Why Aditi is absent today? Aditi, Komal, Jaya, Ritika left the class. See, we are saving all these recordings. So, number of participants, how many students are attending the class, who are leaving, who are there in the class, everything is recorded in this. That's why, please, we are requesting the students to attend the classes regularly. So, what we are getting over here? Y of z is very easy. सबने find किया, कोशिश की. It is x of z plus 0.5 z inverse y of z. Clear? Now I have to find h of z. H of z is the ratio of y of z upon x of z. Is it clear? So here I will find out h of z. This is my h of z, which is very simple equation. 1 upon 1 minus 0.5 z inverse. Clear? Here I had h of z as this equation. Very good. Who is giving the answer? Okay, Amisha tried. Very good. Here I had this equation whose Z transform I don't, whose inverse Z transform I don't know directly. Clear? So I have simplified this equation by dividing this to get a simplified h of z. Now it becomes easier to find h of n of this equation. Similarly, here I had a very simple direct equation of 1 upon 1 minus 0.5 z inverse. तो ये किसका z ट्रांसफॉर्म है? दिस इज द z ट्रांसफॉर्म ऑफ यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन. u of n का z ट्रांसफॉर्म होता है 1 upon 1 minus z inverse. Is it clear? So 0.5 to the power n is 0.5 to the power n u of n. Clear? So this is my h of n. The transfer function, then this is the transfer function, then this is the impulse response of that transfer function. Now I can find out steady state frequency response. Steady state frequency response, the steps are very easy. Whenever we are asking for the frequency response, it means we have to find out e to the power j omega t. So here I will find out that h of e to the power j omega t. I am having h of z. I am having h of z over here. So z is replaced by e to the power j omega t. Clear? I had z replace z by e to the power j omega t to find steady state frequency response. Next, e to the power j omega t is to be substituted as we all know a e to the power j theta is a cos theta plus minus j sin theta. Clear? So this e to the power j omega t is replaced by cos and omega because I have to find the frequency response. To find the frequency response, I have to find h of omega and its angle. So e to the power is replaced by this equation. Here I have splitted this thing. So what will be the magnitude? 1 upon under root real square plus imaginary square. This is my real term and the term related with associated with j is the imaginary term. Real square plus imaginary square. Under root of that is my magnitude. Phase angle tan inverse numerator minus tan inverse denominator. So I will get the answer by simplifying this. Next, I have to find the next we will be doing it. The output of the system when a sine wave of frequency 50 Hz and amplitude of 10 is applied at its input, the sampling frequency is 1 kHz. We have to find the output of a system when frequency is 50 Hz, amplitude is 10 and sampling frequency is 1 kHz. So what I will do, I will put all the parameters over here, amplitude, frequency, omega is given to you, omega is 2 pi f is given to you 50 Hz. So I will simplify it. Since the input is sinusoidal, the output should be sinusoidal. X of n is equal to a sine omega 0 nt plus theta. Omega 0 is 2 pi f, n p is number of frequency samples 1 upon f. 1 kilohertz, 1 of f. So this is this. Y of n is the output. Ay sine 0.1 pi n plus theta y, where ay is the amplitude and theta is the phase angle. So this equation I will use a of y and phi theta of y to find out the amplitude and phase. Generally this question is not asked, but to know where we have to put the values if it is given, I have shown this example. Now relationship between system representation, a very important thing. Representation between system relations. So I am considering here DTFT and Z transforms. How we can find one from the other. So if I am having h of z, taking inverse Z transform will lead to h of n. Is it clear? Taking Fourier transform of h of n, you will get h e to the power j omega t. Clear? Taking Fourier transform of h of n, you will get h e to the power j omega t. Taking Z transform, you will get H of Z from H of N. Clear? H of N से H of Z मिल सकता है, H of N से मुझे H of E की बार J omega T मिल सकता है by applying different transform techniques. Here H of Z will lead to a difference equation we have seen above. Take Z transform to solve for y by x, you will get the difference equation. From difference equation, you can take DTFT to solve and you can find out y by x. H of y by x will give you H of e to the power j omega t. This H of z and H of e to the power j omega t, this two parallel systems can be just found out by substituting z is equal to e to the power j omega t. Here, this shows whole relationship and how all are related with each other. Clear? So now we will start with some more numericals and frequency response of LTI system. So frequency response is a complex function that describes the magnitude and phase shift of a filter over the range of frequencies. Just now we have simplified the numerical. So the properties of the frequency response, which are very important, because after finding out the frequency response, these basic properties should be fulfilled by the answer. The answer which you are getting, it should fulfill these properties. If h of n is a real sequence, the frequency response has the following properties. What are the properties? H of e to the power j omega takes on values for all omega that is on a continuum of W. So the transfer function is a continuum value of omega. Then second property, it should be periodic in W with period 2 pi. The output response should be periodic in omega with period 2 pi. Clear? Then the magnitude response h of e to the power j omega so the next property is frequency response has magnitude and phase response. So magnitude response h of e j omega is an even function of omega and symmetrical about pi. Whenever I will plot the magnitude response, it should be an even function and symmetric about pi. Similarly, the phase response h of e j omega is an odd function of omega and asymmetrical about pi. Clear? So this four things you have to remember, that the frequency response is in omega domain and it is of continuum in omega. Then it should be periodic in nature. Then the magnitude response should be an even function of omega and symmetrical about pi. Phase response is an odd function of omega and anti-symmetrical about pi. Clear? Any doubt? So these properties you have to remember. Now frequency response of an interconnection of a system. If there are n number of systems which are parallelly connected, you can find out its frequency response very easily. I am having L number of systems which are connected parallelly. So h of z is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to L h k of z, where k varies from 1 to L. Okay. So I can have parallel interconnection of system also. So this is a diagram. Clear? Input, same input is given to all the systems. Parallel interconnection of system involves additivity in both the time and frequency domain. So all will generate some output y1n, y2n till yl of n, and all these outputs will be added parallelly at a time and y of n will be generated. So parallel interconnection is possible. Then cascaded connection is also possible. This is the cascaded connection, interconnection of linear discrete time systems. H1Z, the in here we will have different inputs to different systems. In parallel interconnection, we had single input connected over n number of systems. Here we are having one input, initial input x of n given to h1 of z will generate y1 of n. Okay, this y1 of n is the output of h1 of z system, which will act as the input to the next system. So h2 of z ka input kya hai? Y1 of n. Now y2 of n is generated, which will feed as input to the next system, and the output y of n will be generated by a series connection of all the systems. So both interconnections are possible in LSI system. Cascade connection, if the LTI systems are connected in cascade, the impulse response of the overall system is cascaded impulse response will be H1n convolution H2 of n convolution HL of n. Clear? Here you can directly add in Z transform. Here you can directly multiply the Z transform of H of n. This using the convolution property of Z transform, Z domain, these are directly multiplied. So if in numerical it is asked to H of n, and to find cascade connections, what you will do? If you are having 3 to 4 systems, first you will find out its Z transform, and then all the Z transform outputs you can directly multiply to find a single transform function. Clear? Cascade connection involves convolution of the impulse response in time domain and multiplication of the impulse response in the frequency domain. Clear? Magnitude and phase spectrum we have seen earlier also. This is the equation. Magnitude under root real square plus imaginary square, angle tan inverse imaginary upon real. Time delay we have seen. Now we will simplify this numerically. Okay. Students, please write down this numerical and try to simplify it. Determine the impulse response h of n for the system described by the second order difference equation. Write down the question in your copy, and we will finish up this unit in the next class. Then we will start with the next unit. That is DFT, discrete Fourier transform. So if you are having any doubts, you can ask in the next class. And I will give you assignment very soon, which will help you out in simplifying and getting the concepts of unit 1. So if you are having any doubt, please ask. Following students are present today: Amisha, Avantika, Charu, Amisha, Avantika, Charu, Nikhil, Pratibha, Shubham, Charu, you are having 2 IDs. It's showing 2 times. Please, students, inform others also to join the class. And if you are in any doubt, try to simplify this numerical. So I will wind up my class over here. It's very easy numerical on the concept of Z transform, but it is based on LSI system. So try to simplify this numerical. It's very easy. So have you written this question? Okay. So try to simplify it. And next class we will finish up with this unit. Okay, students, goodbye. Thank you.